What is up, everybody? It's BMAX Bracketology, and I am back continuing the series of predicting every single college basketball conference tournament winner. And today, I'm doing the SWAC, the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Let's just get into the bracket right away. Basic 10-team bracket. There are 12 teams in this conference, so there are no Mississippi Valley State. If you've seen them on Twitter, they are absolutely hilarious. And, geez, who's the other team? Why am I? Arkansas Pine Bluff is the other team that's not participating. So let's just get right into the games here. We got the 8 seed Grambling versus the 9 seed Alabama A&M. Alabama A&M does have the best player in this game. AC Bryant is a very, very good player. He kind of leads this team too much. I think they depend on him too much. Grambling is the better defensive team. They're more fundamental. Nobody really pops out the page for me on this team that really is kind of an X factor, but I just think their defense is good enough to stop AC Bryant, and then outside him, Alabama A&M doesn't have much, so I'm going to roll with the 8 seed Grambling in this one. And then the next matchup, we got the 7 seed Florida A&M versus the 10 seed Prairie View. Prairie View only won 5 games this year, so not very good for them, from them. But the one thing that Prairie View does very, very well is they turn teams over and they take care of the ball very well, which is something Florida A&M does not do very well. But Florida A&M, they do shoot the 3 ball very well. The only team in this conference that really is like the 3-point difference maker, I'd say, out of everybody. And outside of that, Prairie View A&M just does everything else so bad. They don't rebound. They don't shoot the ball very well. They have no, what's his name? Very, very good player in Braylon Bush and Petaway. I like those two a lot, but I just don't think that they can handle the 7 seed Florida A&M. I'm going to roll with the Rattlers to move on in this one. And then the first quarterfinal matchup, we got the 1 seed Southern versus the 8 seed Grambling. Southern is a very, very physical team. They like to run a little bit, kind of on the faster pace. Get a lot of rebounds, force a lot of turnovers. That's just what they do. Grambling doesn't really have anybody who can match up with them. They don't do anything quite well. So I'm going to roll with the Jaguars. The 1 seed Southern's moving on in this one. And then in the next quarterfinal match, we had the 4 seed Texas Southern versus the 5 seed Alabama State. Alabama State has a really, really good guard play. They're a kind of smaller team, which is what you notice in this conference. Not a lot of big guys make a lot of impact. Texas Southern, I like their ability to turn teams over a little bit, and they play very, very good shot defense. Don't allow teams to shoot at a high percentage. But I think this game's just going to come down to who can make more plays at the end, who can take care of the ball, and I think that's going to be the 5 seed Alabama State. So I'm going to roll with the Hornets to move on in this one. And then in the next quarterfinal matchup, we got the 2 seed Jackson State versus the 7 seed Florida A&M. I kind of talked about this earlier. Florida A&M is a very, very, I wouldn't say very, very good 3-point shooting team, but they are the best 3-point shooting team in this conference. Like I said, they don't turn the ball over very well, or they don't take care of the ball very well, and they don't force a lot of turnovers. But Jackson State doesn't force a lot of turnovers. They also don't shoot the ball very well, and they have a very, very very bad 3-point defense, which I think really, really lines up with Texas or Florida A&M. I could see Florida A&M losing the first round, but I'm gonna roll with Florida A&M upsetting the 2 seed Jackson State. And then the final quarterfinal matchup, we got the 3 seed Bethune-Cookman versus 6 seed Alcorn State. Alcorn State was able to sweep Bethune-Cookman both times this year. Bethune-Cookman is not as good of a shooting team as Alcorn State. They play tougher overall defense. I think Bethune-Cookman is too good of a team to get swept by Alcorn State here. I'm going to roll with the 3 seed Bethune-Cookman in this one. And then in the first semifinal match, we got the 1 seed Southern versus the 5 seed Alabama State. And one thing that is interesting about this one is Alabama State was able to sweep Southern both times, both winning both games by 1 point. So it was both they were both nail biters. This one's going to also be a nail biter. The interesting thing about Southern is they're very, very good at turning teams over. That is what they feed off of. They have a lot of points off turnovers, but Alabama State doesn't turn the ball over a lot. This is going to be a tough physical game. I have a hard time believing that Southern is going to lose all 3 games to Alabama State. I'm not real confident that Alabama State's going to get by Texas Southern either. So I'm going to roll with the 1 seed Southern to get to the championship game. And then in the next semifinal matchup, we got the 7th-seed Florida A&M versus the 3-seed Bethune-Cookman. I know I talked about Florida A&M. The only thing they do well is shoot the ball. That's what they do. They got elite guard play in Sterling Young and Milton Matthews. Also, Chapman can really shoot the ball well too, and Coffey kind of brings it all together with his passing ability. But Bethune-Cookman is the best three-point defense in this conference. I think they're going to shut them down. Bethune-Cookman's going to win this one. 3-seed Bethune-Cookman moving on to the championship. And then in the championship, we got the 1-seed Southern versus the 3-seed Bethune-Cookman. These teams did just play, I think, 2 weeks ago, and Bethune-Cookman was able to win this game. Both these teams fund off tough defense. They're not real good offensive teams. I do overall think that Bethune-Cookman has more threats offensively with Thomas and with Thomas. I really like him a lot. I think he's a very, very solid player. Southern goes deep into their bench, and this is going to be the championship game. So I'm going to roll with the 1-seed Southern to win the SWAC. I kind of talked about this team earlier. I do like this team a lot. They force a lot of turnovers. They get dirty. They get a lot of rebounds, which is something that a lot of these teams don't do well. A lot of these teams do not take care of the ball. What was I going to say? Bethune-Cookman does not take care of the ball. Southern's going to be able to really take advantage of that. And they got Michael Jacobs. He averages about 11.3 a game. Not really a difference maker, but they play a lot of guys. They go deep into their bench, and I think that's going to be a big thing in this one because playing 3 games in 3 days, you're going to have to be a deep team to make a run. And I like Southern. They have some of the best jerseys in college basketball. If you haven't seen them. And, this team hasn't made the NCAA tournament since 2016. It's been a little bit of a drought for them, and I think that they're going to be able to pull this one off. That's really all I got for you guys today. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Click the notification bell so you get notifications of every time I post. That's really all I got for you guys today. I'm going to continue to post these videos. BMax Bracketology out. God bless everyone.